Oh, Suare away. Sing all your boys. When I put my soul in you, I don't know if you tell me. Tomago, I don't know. Papa, I see that. The one I'm going to sit around you. My one dance is about you. Oh, they don't want to know, they don't see back in the way. Yaramaka, so that's if your man is there. Mamma, yes, a maka wears a green day. The one of you sit around you. Come on, tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. They are tomatoes, I don't know. Sing all your boys. Makana, quite your place. Sing all your boys. Sing all your boys. Are you lying, fancy Galupa? We were pumping you as you are you. Oh, it's my darling, yes, I'm young. My car would have my own up of where we are. Oh, it's Jim, wait, go see the way. See another why you see that good tell. It's a why I saw that you. Jim, yellow, I saw that yellow. Jim to the round of the way you're. I think I'll go. What are the yard to boy? That's what you did on that old way with that you. I know Jim, I know what I own. Jim, yellow, I know what I know. The lawyers who are in that sort of guy comes to one in your tongue. May I say again, get on my home. A pop to it on home. Make a paro to it on where Passau. Talk to Laya or Clara to the home.
Weavling, Nimba Kante, Weavling, wherever you are. What? Or Weavling here in Monrovia, Liberia. This is Nimba TV, and we're coming to you live and direct from our studios here in Monrovia, Kante. And we are live and direct on Radio Channel there in Kante. And the voice of Tapeta. Again, we want to say welcome.
You know, you more, you know, you
very the president and vice president and inaugurated let's take this music down. Okay, so we're going to take the music down and we're going to do our cross cutting to see exactly where our team, if they are hearing us correctly. So let's start with the vice president. Good evening, Madam Vice President. Can you hear us? Hello?
Sorry, I was muted. I can hear you, yes.
No, we're not hearing you. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, good. Okay, now we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, very loud and clear. So let me also cross-check with the president whether he can hear us. Mr. President, can you hear us?
I'm here.
Okay, I believe he stay on the phone with somebody, but we want to say welcome to. Okay, yeah. The president is right there. So again, we want to say good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are joining us from. This is Nimba D9 TV, and let me do this quickly. I think Mr. Bantu, yeah, Mr. Bantu, you just have to go to Nimba D9 TV page, Mr. Bantu. Yeah, just go to Nimba D9 TV page on Facebook and you'll get us. So again, we want to say welcome to all of you. This is Nimba D9 TV, and we are live and direct tonight on Radio Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nimba Kante, where Jacob Bantu is at control. We are equally live and direct in CarPlay at Radio Car Voice of Peace, where James Matale is at control. We are live and direct on Radio Voice of Yahweh Messono in Nimba County, where Patrick Widow and his team there, they are at control. This is Nimba Dina TV, and today is a very important day in our lives because we have a new set of leadership that has taken over United Nimba Citizens Council, which is the biggest diaspora organization for all the Bayans. As you may be aware, UNICCO was being founded in 1979 as a student grouping. Now it has grown after a little over 40 years, 40 plus years, to a lot of chapters. And that is why we are very privileged to have with us the president elect and inaugurator and the vice president elect and inaugurator. They are both here with us. We're going to give them the time to introduce themselves, beginning with the president.
Oh, okay. All right.
Beginning with the president.
So Ambassador,
Mr. President, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. So I don't see the co-chair of the board, Mr. Kato. He said he's on, but you have to allow him somehow. So the two board leaders are supposed to be on.
No, he is not on yet. As soon as he comes on here, we're going to see him and we're going to allow him as we did.
He's on,
yes, but they are not on yet. But right now we are live on radio, Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta, Nimba County. Yeah. No, he is not on yet because I'm controlling it from here. And
so
if
maybe
he is on,
I don't know if I sent him the wrong. Maybe I sent him the wrong link.
Okay, so well,
it says I'm backstage.
Well, so let him be able to give what can I do from here? But again, okay, he is here. So let me add him on. He is here now.
Oh, okay, yes. Great.
So I just added Isaac Kato, Mr. Isaac Kato. I just added Mr. Isaac Kato right now. Okay. Yeah, James, you for the Nimba Dina TV, please. Yes, that's all. Just go on Nimba Dina TV page on Facebook. Okay, so well, to all our viewers from around the world, we want to say welcome to all of you. This is Nimba Dina TV, and today we are playing host to the newly elected and inaugurated UNICCO leadership headed by President Samuel Wogbeh and the Vice President Nessa Siawe Makpe. And then the board co-chair is here, Honorable Isaac Kato Jr. But we will give time for the president to introduce himself.
Thank you, Ambassador, for having us. My name is Samuel Wogbeh, and I'm born in Bayan from Tropo Bao Clan, Nimba County. I am the current president for UNICCO National. I have served UNICCO for a little over 4 years as the chapter president in Minnesota. So it was under my administration that we revamped the chapter here and totally transformed it. And that was one of the reasons why the people were happy to get me at the national level. So I'm glad to be on tonight. And I want to start out by, giving it up for the Nimbayans. Thank you so much, Nimba County, for showing up in Minnesota and making our inauguration a successful one. Thank you for the turnout. I want to give it out to our Social Ways and Means Committee Chair, Dr. Barser, for the excellent job done by she and her team. Mr. Abed Tappet, the Planning Committee Chair in Minnesota, thank you so much for the great work. Minnesota Chapter President, Madam Victoria Sandozlu, you did an awesome job. You and your team in Minnesota, all the Nimba citizens in Minnesota and in America, I want to say thank you. Those of you that are in Liberia and around the world, say thank you for all your support. It was a big day for Nimba County. It's a new day and a historic moment for us. We look forward to greater things ahead. So thank you. Mr. Bowie, are you still there? Do you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you pretty well.
But we don't know what happened to the host.
I'm hoping the host didn't get lost. So now we can host ourselves, right?
He'll find his way back.
I hope so. And let me check online to see if we're actually online.
I think we are.
Yeah, let me double check as well. That's a good idea, Mr. President. Let's see.
Thank you.
Oh, what happened to our host?
Connectivity now.
Right. Yes, we are online, actually. We're actually live.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you guys should go ahead and introduce yourself while he finds his way.
You think?
You think? Okay, yeah, I think we should wait for him so he doesn't miss that aspect of it. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that might lead to some of his questions.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So Nimba people, thank you plenty.
I know.
It was a very unique occasion.
Yes, it was indeed. And
it was indeed.
And I'm like, the turnout was wonderful. Everything went well. So yeah, definitely a good start.
Nimba men kazuo.
So playing what I done for boy.
Yes.
I think you need to set your camera so that we're not seeing just your head.
So
okay,
there she is.
You carry too much now. A little bit. All right.
So quado so to reach everyone. I don't mind I don't cram
you don't mind
yeah. I mind Nima me kazuo.
It's a foot.
Nima me kaseke. Ka mama kazuo duo.
This is what me and my professor can do. Say, Nessa, I just see the top of your head.
Yeah.
Every time we're in a Zoom meeting.
I'm not sure what's wrong with the board chair. Look, he sent me a message and he said, can you guys bring me on because the host is not bringing me on? So how am I supposed to bring him on when the host is not bringing him on? Let me say the host got lost for a little bit.
Yeah, and you know why? Why I asked you to send it to my text in the email? It kept asking me for my password. There he is.
Can you people get us now? Can you people get us now?
You got lost. We've been on.
Yes. Yes. Okay, sure. So there was some technical problem in the back. The internet is not too good tonight. I hope you're hearing us now.
Yes, we are.
We hear you. You were just missing action. I thought you went to the base of the mountain. That's why we couldn't see you.
Yeah. Okay. So quickly, let us take this musical break, real quick, and then from there we're going to come on back here tonight. But we want to say sorry to just all of our people for that technical break in, but it promises to be wonderful tonight. Let's take this quick musical break, and from there, we're going to have you all back. Let's just take this real quick. Then from there, we join our important guest here tonight. Yeah.
Okay.
I only rock sweet sound. I don't know what it is that I mean. I know to my good cigar. Sing on your voice. There's someone who ya wait this Mario. You know, point me in.
They're having a glitch again.
Okay, so let's take this music down and then join our very important guest here tonight. The board chair is here finally. Mr. Nixon Zor is here on this broadcast as well. But we want to say our apologies to all of you. This broadcast is live on Radio Voice, Radio Voice of Peace in Kample, Nimba County. And it's live on Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno in Zikepa in Nimba County. And it's also live on Radio Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta, Nimba County. So once again, we'd love to say welcome, and we're going to go back to the president-elect to properly introduce himself. Mr. President, it's over to you for 2 minutes.
I think the president just step away while we're on the 2 minutes break.
Oh boy.
Madam Vice President, we can take you real quick.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Nimbayans. My name is Nusa Siawe McCabe, and I hail from the Tapeta district, specifically Zule. And I want to thank all of you for entrusting us to lead UNICCO for the next 2 years. I reside currently in Columbus, Ohio, with my family. And what else you need to know about me? I'm a nurse by profession. And I have Nimba at heart, and I'm willing to be your servant to serve you for the next 2 years by God's grace.
Wow, that's wonderful. Welcome and congratulations for all of us here in Nimba and at Nimba Dina TV. And this broadcast again is live on Radio Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta City, Nimba County. It's live on Radio Voice of Peace in Kample, Nimba County, and live on Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno in Nimba County as well. So let's go to the President, Honorable Samuel Wogbeh G. Mr. President, it's over to you.
Okay, were you asking a question or something? Sorry, I just came back.
Just quickly for you to further introduce yourself, because when you were talking, everything was breaking in from our end.
Oh, okay. So I said, my name is Samuel Wogbeh G. I hail from Bautropo, Nimba County. That's district number 7. I am a married man with 3 kids. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Rose Eli G. We live here in Minneapolis, specifically in Maple Grove, Minnesota. I am the current president for UNICCO National. The last 5 years, I've been the 4.5 years. I've been the chapter president for UNICCO Minnesota, and it was under my administration that we revamped the chapter here. and totally transform it. And that was the reason why the people chose me to do the same transformation at the national level.
Okay, thank
So
you so
I'm
much
glad to be a national president, and I want to give it up to all my Nimba people for the support. It was enormous during my inauguration. I want to give it up to the Social Ways and Means Chair, Dr. Barser, and her team for the awesome job. Mr. Abbott Tabet in Minnesota, the planning committee chair, and the entire Minnesota crew under the administration of President Victoria Sandoro Zuru, and all my chapter leaders. You guys did awesome. All the Nimba people in America and Liberia, I want to say thank you for the support. We look forward to working with you to make our communities here in the U.S. better, to make our Nimba County better, and to help transform Liberia as a whole.
Okay, so we're going to come back to you. There will be a round of questions that we're going to be asking you. But let's go to the board chair, Honorable Nixon Zor. Honorable Nixon Zor, it's over to you for you to introduce yourself. Welcome.
Thank you. Can you guys see me? Is that I can see myself? I don't know. Thank you.
No, we can see you.
Yes, we can see you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I couldn't go home at my work. I have to do this from my office. Good afternoon and good evening to my Nimba people. My name is Nixon K. Zor. I'm from Nimba County. I hear directly from Zosiaplepur. I want to thank the Nimba people for the support and their cooperation during the exercises of election and installation and inauguration and everything. I have been in UNICCO for a little while. I live in Pennsylvania. I'm a member of UNICCO Pennsylvania chapter. I have served UNICCO in some capacities that I'm not too sure whether you guys want me to just name it. I serve as this chapter.
Yes.
Okay, this chapter Pennsylvania, I serve as secretary. And then later on, I rose to the national level as National Secretary General for 4 years. Upon the completion of my 2 term, I came to a Pennsylvania chapter as president of Pennsylvania chapter for 8 years, the position I occupied until my election this year as the national chairman of the board of directors. And on a serious note, I want to thank the Nimba people for waking up again. In the past, the Nimba people have never shown up like they did this time. The election was overwhelmingly packed, well attended. But on a serious and surprising note, the number of Nimbayan that turned up this time in Minnesota for our inauguration, it was unexpected. I must admit. I just want to thank the Nimba people. The leaders that have come on board, including my co-board chair, Isaac, and the rest of the executive members, are all people of experience in UNICCO. So I just want to tell you that we are coming on board with wealth of experiences in UNICCO and other organizations. And on our other end, like I'm from a religious background as well as some of my friends, but we have come to serve the Nimba people. And we wish to do our best to continue the unity of Nimba County that we enjoy. Like even the next convention will have more turnout than this. So I just want to thank you for allowing us to use your platform tonight. It is a pleasure to talk to my people. And those that have not seen me before, this is your son, Nixon Zor from Zosiaple. And I'm happy to be live tonight. Thank you, Mr. Moderator.
Great. Thank you so very much. And just so you know, this broadcast is live on Radio Voice, Radio Voice of Peace in complete Nimba County. It means we are deep into Africa tonight, and the whole of Wogbeh and Inoge and Zoge, they are all listening to you tonight here. And we also live on Radio Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta, Nimba County. So good evening to the people of Grand Jida, Sano, Maryland, Grand Bassa. We also live on radio, Voice of Yahweh Messenon in Zikepa. So the people of River says B and Doru, we say good evening. But again, we're going to go to Isaac Kato, the co-chair, the co-board chair. Honorable Kato, it's over to you.
Okay, thank you, Ambassador, and thank you for this platform, for allowing us to appear today to not just speak with you and your vast audience, but to speak directly to the to our people back home, to like the Nimba County people. As you said, my full name is Isaac Gonwake Kato Jr., and right now I live in the Washington D.C. area, but originally I hail from Liberia, specifically in Nimba County, in Zwatua, from Zwatua, and that's in Tapata district, and that is where both my parents, and you could actually trace my ancestry back 1,000 years, and it all begins and ends right there in Zwatua. So I'm very proud to be here, and just to appear on here with people that I'm getting to know and respect highly. My friends, President Sam G, the VP, and of course my chairman, who I'm co-board with. Reverend Zor. With him being a reverend, he also been guiding me spiritually. So thank you, Reverend. But
welcome.
Yeah, but professionally speaking, I used to be the president of the Texas chapter, and before we even became the Texas chapter, Ambassador, we were actually independent. We were the independent Nimba County Association of Houston, Texas, and we did a lot of work all across Nimba there. And I guess the work and things that we were doing caught the attention of some people within UNICCO and some people back home. So the president at the time, back in 2016, was Mr. Jan Doki, and he reached out to me and he convinced me. He's like, Isaac, you guys are doing all of this stuff out there as an independent Nimba County Association. Why don't you bring the association and what you guys do under one umbrella, because it is important for all Nimba County people to be together. So I saw that and I realized it was important. So in 2016, when I was president in Texas, we brought the Texas chapter on board UNICCO. And since then, I've been very, very active. And prior to becoming the co-chair here, I was actually the chairman of the entire Liberia Association here in Washington, D.C. And that was a position that I held for 4 years. And of course, we also did a lot of work back home, again, but specifically for Nimba County, because that is where my heart and desire has always been. So it is a pleasure to appear here, to get a chance to speak directly to our people back home. And as was said previously, we are going to be servant of the people. We are here to serve. We're here to assist in any ways. And we're also here to make the children of the mountain very proud, and to make our people back home very proud of the work that their brothers abroad are doing. So this just goes to say, again, thanks for allowing us to appear here. Now, I would like to personally thank the leaders who convinced me to seek national office, because honestly, before I even ran this year, I was just trying to focus on my independent charity, but they convinced me that this organization needs young people and like new ideas, and for me to join my cadre of officers so we could help move this association forward. So again, I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to work and serve along, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. And on a personal note, I will actually be coming to Liberia in December 2023. In December 2022 to January 2023 to launch a scholarship foundation over there. I've been working with several of the school districts and several of the universities over there. So in 2023, January, we hope to do something back in Nimba, Ambassador. I'm sure your platform will probably like to hear about that. But that is what we're going to be doing. And this is all going to be done, even though it's going to be done separately, but it will all be done in the spirit of moving Nimba forward. And that is our goal, and that is our call. So again, thank you very much, and thanks for this platform. Okay. Did we lose him again?
I think we did.
I think we lost the ambassador though.
Yeah, I think so. He said they were having some internet issues.
He's back now.
Okay,
He's back.
so can you get me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're going to go to the president. This is what we're going to do tonight. We'll give 1 minute each whenever we give a question, that you will be able to address. So we're going to start with the president that is now being inaugurated. This famous president, this president that went to Senekole and the whole Senekole people, in fact, the city mayor of Senekole got on the dance floor to dance for him. Mr. President, we want to say welcome again. And this broadcast, just in case you are joining us, this broadcast is live on the radio Voice of Peace in Complete Nimba Kante. We want to say thanks to James Matali and his team there. And we also want to acknowledge that this broadcast is live on Radio Voice of Tapeta. Thanks to Mr. James Bantu and his team there at Radio Voice of Tapeta. This broadcast is also on Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno in Zikepa. We want to say thanks to Patrick Wheeler and his team. So across Nimba, Bom, Lofa, Maryland, Sano, the people are listening to all of us there tonight. And on Nimba D9 TV on YouTube, on www.onenimbahouse.com. This is how wide the platform is on Twitter and on Instagram. We are all there tonight. But again, Mr. President, this is going to you. And probably we're going to go to the board chair and the co-chair and the vice president when she comes on. Normally, when this kind of organization is having a transition, there are some difficulties, in seeing it. But you as a president, how do you see this position as national president? And what will you do to uphold the developmental agenda? For example, the UNICCO Women Empowerment Center in Ganta and the UNICCO park that grants have been breaking for in Tapeta, Nimba County. What will you do as president now as it relates to infrastructure development? How do you see your position? What does Nimba stand to benefit, Mr.
Yeah, so Nimba is so dear to me, and our goal here is to bring our people together to make Nimba great. So like when we started out in Minnesota here, our people weren't together. People were doing their own thing. So we had to talk to people to come to the union. All right. So unity, our first and foremost priority would be to unite our people, because if we don't unite ourselves here, we won't be able to achieve our goal. So in the first couple of months, we're going to be working to bring our people together. That's the only way we will be able to achieve our goals back home. So we will be taking unity a priority, bring our people together. And with regards to development in back home, we have already established a committee that will be responsible for that. So a matter of fact, I appointed Mr. George Fromo, who is in the Philly area, to spearhead that project. So we first of all we have to review all of the project. So I'll tell you, our transition was a smooth transition. We're still reviewing the works of the old administration to determine where we are starting out from. So the review process is taking place because initially the documents we asked for from the old administration were not in full. So we have a transitional committee that is reviewing everything, and we will come up with plans after everything is reviewed. But our goal is to do the best we can to transform our union here in the United States, make it better. We have the work we did in Minnesota was a pretty tough job to bring the people together, because we have to prove to them that we have something good that we're bringing on the table. So when we make sure that everyone was treated equally, we make sure that we elevate the financial integrity, accountability in the association, people were encouraged to come on board. So we we're able to transform the chapter here in Minnesota. That's what we want to do at the various chapter levels. So we want to strengthen all of the various chapters to be as strong as this chapter, and then we all can work together to be able to undertake development in Liberia. But if we cannot come together to make the union stronger, things will not be able to fall in place. I know Nimbayans are strong people, they're resilient, they're resourceful people. We just need to get a little more involved, and that's what we've been preaching. So as soon as we get everything reviewed, we will be able to look into what we can do to bring more development.
Okay, so let's do justice to those who are watching us tonight. We want to acknowledge Paul Jala. He's watching us from Boston, the United States of America. Ma Marison is also watching us. So we have Daniel Gorson Kona. He is also watching us tonight from Dubai, the UAE. And Ma Marison says he's following us from Ganta LPRC community. We have Adolphus Kopo. He said he's watching from Monrovia. We have WT Metape. This person said, I'm following you from Ganta Valley community. Jacob Bantu and his team, they are with us at the Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta, Nimba Kante. We have James Matali is also in Campley. We have Melish Ball. He's following us on Saclipie. We have who else do we have? Stanford Kona. Stanford D. Kona says, I'm following you live from Saclipie Central, Nimba Kante. To be specific, Governor Wei, that is the Secretary General for United Nimba Citizens Council, DK Wei. He said, great job, team. Bernice now is also here with us, and she says, congratulations, guys. Samuel G. Gater is watching us from Ganta Nimba Kante. And Kanon Lawrence to play, one of our very strong workers, he's following us from Ganta. So we're going to go to the Vice President here tonight. Madam Vice President, you are a medical practitioner, and Nimba Kante is one of those areas that is being challenged in terms of medical or health care. What do you bring on the table for your people? We know this particular team, the CMG team, the President Dan Kopoya Dennis team, just a few months ago, they were able to generate some money and send down 10,000 worth of medical and non-medical supplies that were then given. Madam Vice President, I think you need to.
Sorry about that.
Yes, so that was being able to be donated to the Jackson Fiado Regional Referral Hospital in Nimba County. So now that you all are coming on board and the challenges are still there, what do you bring on board in terms of help? Because this is your particular place of study. What do you bring on board?
Thank you, Ambassador, for this question. That is a great question, and that is something that is near and dear to my heart. Health. So I have, as a member of TADA, the Tapeta Development Association, we, under the leadership of the Executive Director, Joanne Toa, we have been working really hard to help the hospital in Tapeta. When I visited Tapeta almost 2 years ago now, April, the administrator there gave me a tour of the hospital, even though I went for something else. But because healthcare is near and dear to my heart, I asked to see the hospital. And he gave me a tour, and my heart was broken. It is a very beautiful building standing there, but it's empty. And it's not doing what it's supposed to do. The workers are not meeting our people's need because there's nothing in there. And I have so many questions that I ask and whatnot. But like I said, Tada, we have been sending health supplies. And so with this new leadership, The president and myself, we're both health practitioners. And healthcare is one of the main things that I say, if anything, yes, don't get me wrong. I see the Women Empowerment Center. Right. But if anything, we can first and foremost do for our people in Nimba County, health and education. But we're not straying away from what the previous government has started. But what I bring to the table to come to your question is, my goal and my prayer is how we can get healthcare supplies, not only to these major cities in Nimba, but to those little villages and towns. How we can help those people that are needlessly dying from something that shouldn't kill anybody. And how we can educate people in that region to be able to take control of their own health. Because if you don't know, if you're health literate, you're not going to be able to help yourself. So if we can visit this area and see how we can educate people. They say, give a man a fish, you feed him for one day, but teach him how to fish and you feed him for life. So what I bring to the table is health education for my people of Nimba.
Great. Okay, so let's hold you on there. So just in case you have joined us, this is Nimba D9 TV, and we're coming to you live on Nimba D9 TV on YouTube, on Twitter, and on Instagram, and on www.onenimbahouse.com. And thank you, Madam Vice President. We're going to go to the board chair real quick. Yet to be able to give us his own understanding. Mr. Bochia, UNICCO is now a household name because of the way President Dan Kapoya Dennis and other leaders have brought it to that level, including all of you on board. There is this homecoming day program called the UNICCO December to Remember. This program has been able to bring UNICCO close to the people of Nimba County. The people of Nimba County now see UNICCO as their own, unlike before, where it used to be a social and a real forceful, civil society group that stood there in terms of bringing peace to this crisis that were in this country. But now that we are in the sustainability phase of our country after Ebola, after the Civil War, and now COVID-19, Mr. Bochia, what exactly is your plan that you'll be able to work with the president and his team to be able to deliver to the people of Nimba as it relates to health and education?
Okay, thank you, Ambassador. I'm a little bit kind of like have a problem with the volume, but I don't know why, but I will do my best. I hope you can hear me louder.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a handbook that we were elected to uphold and defend. It is called a constitution. That is the working stick of the organization. If you check in that book, there's something there I want to just go to quickly that has to do with the question you asked with health and education. The mission statement of UNICCO has one very important statement that I want you to listen to very quickly. UNICCO mission is to contribute to the rebuilding of Nimba County through unity, advocacy, public education, and networking among its membership. Now, with this statement, the board is responsible to make sure the rules and regulations of our constitution are upheld. I'm a Nimbayan. I have a background from Liberia as an educator, an engineer, and other people know me. I don't want to go into that. But our role here is to help augment the projects of the president. The president identified projects and send it to the board. The board view the projects and deem it necessary that it should be undertaken. We approve the projects and help work with the president to make sure it's implemented. Because if you read the preamble of UNICCO, the purpose of UNICCO, the formation of UNICCO, one of the main reasons is to promote and support projects that uplift and improve the economic, social, education, and healthcare system in Nimba County. So if we have a president who wants to fight to improve the healthcare system of our county, it should not be a project that the board will turn down, because it is written in our handbook that we have to prioritize healthcare. When it comes to education, I've been in Nimba since I've been to America. I've been to Nimba like twice. I've visited a lot of areas. And as we speak, just to divert for maybe 30 seconds, I saw the need for education in Nimba as my background as a professor. So I have an organization that we will be launching very soon. It's already established in Liberia. If you go to Ganta coming October 10th, there is something called they sent me the organization wrote me, I got a letter here. Okay. I will be contributing. It's something that has to do with healthcare delivery system in Nimba County, especially when it comes to mental health. There will be a march, there will be a rally to build a mental health center in Ganta. Great. I prioritize that as well. And my delegation, the representative from my organization, will be representing Johnson's Humanitarian Services that is based in Baum City, Nimba County. We are erecting a 15 classroom elementary and high school, along with a vocational technical college. Those materials are already on the ground, waiting for my arrival so we can start this project. What am I saying is, we have to contribute to Nimba County. If we have the opportunity of good education in this country, we should also be able to help our brothers and sisters back there. Like the health practitioners that have come on board to head our organization. Yeah. We as the board of directors are watching them. We are going to work with them. We are not opposition to any of them. We are from the same team with the same objective of developing Nimba County. So when it comes to healthcare in Nimba County, I tell you, Ambassador, it is all of us responsibility. So we want to applaud the president and the vice president for prioritizing health as the first project in Nimba County. And I can assure them that the board will do everything it can to make sure this project is sustained, and Nimba County will be the first in the history of Liberia to boast of the help from the citizens of Nimba County up here. And
thank you so much, Mr. Chair.
On that note, like I said earlier, we are bringing on board vast knowledge. People that have worked with other organizations, institutions. We are not just coming from outside to jump into UNICCO. Okay. The president we have is a very hardworking young man, and I know he's going to build on everything, including the women empowerment projects and other projects he might introduce. Because if you go in the various towns in Nimba County, we have children sitting on the floor writing notes in classroom. We have people like the Johnson's Humanitarian Services have a 4-bedroom to be instructed for campus nurses, so that when students are sick, they're not sending them home. When the parents are in the village, they're on the farm. We will make sure we have nurses on the campus to do first aid and make sure these students are catered to. So this is a welcome administration, and I want to say thank you, Mr. President, Madam Vice President. If this is your goal, you got a board to work with you.
Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to go to the co-chair. He comes from the background of education as well. So education is one of your pillars, and the president has already said it, which is why you people are even constructing the Women Empowerment Center 6 kilometers away. Mr. Kato, what do you bring on the table to help the president, who's going to be there with you for 2 years, to achieve your goals that have been laid already by previous government. What do you bring on board? 1 minute, please.
Okay, well, thank you, Ambassador. What do I bring on board? As you rightfully said, I am an educator. I actually been like in college adjunct professor now for over 10 years, and this is just following my father footsteps, who was the principal for Topic Memorial in like the 80s. But what I do bring on board is a vast knowledge of experience within that sector, and personally speaking, my wife and I have been sponsoring numerous children. Not just within the district, but all over Nimba, in like Morovia, as we speak currently right now. We're actually sponsoring about 5 students right now at the university. And this is something that we do on like a yearly basis. As far as what am I going to do with this administration, our goals are aligned. The president and I have gotten to know each other very well, and we have both expressed interest in working together to move forward. And this is one of the credits that I give to the previous president, President Dennis, when he was on a mission to recruit young people, because he realized that's the future of the of this organization. So as far as education goes back home, it is a top priority of mine, and I'm definitely going to be an advocate when it comes to making sure that the administration stand up to that and follow through on that. President G has expressed his interest to me that is going to be one of the pillars of his administration. And as the chairman just said, it is going to be our top priority to go ahead and do so. And as I stated to you previously, come in December, I am going to be over there launching that educational scholarship, where we plan on issuing over $10,000 or more in personal grants and loan. So these are things that we have planned. So if this is what the administration wants to do, I'm all on board, because I'm already doing that on a personal level anyways. So they are going to have an advocate, they are going to have a friend, and they're going to have a partner on the board who is going to make sure that their policies are adhered to and that their administration move forward in that direction, if that's the direction that they do want to go in. But if I could just take another minute just to address, I'm like a question that you said previously, and that was the December to remember, and the fact that UNICCO has been brought to the people. And I'm very glad that UNICCO has been brought to the people, because UNICCO is for the people. So it is very true that UNICCO was brought to the people. And this is something that I hope and I'm going to encourage continues, because our people need to have access to us. Our people need to know that they could speak to their brothers and sisters here. We are the same people. The fact that some of us were fortunate to travel abroad or got lucky to travel abroad does not mean we are disconnected in any way from our people back home. So I'm glad that UNICCO was brought to the people, because UNICCO is for the people, and we are always going to be with the people. And many of them have tried to contact me like the past few weeks through Facebook and other other avenues, trying to like introduce themselves, and rightfully so, because I think we should all be in email communication, and we should all be talking to each other, because that is how we move Nimba forward. After all, it is one Nimba, and it is not one Nimba because you're in the States. It is one Nimba regardless of where you are. So again, that is something that I definitely hope continues, and that is something that I'm going to push for, is continuation of, to make sure that UNICCO remains what it was meant to be, and that's a people's organization. So
okay, again, great, Mr. Kato. So he's stop talking. He's a real educator. Well, before we bring on the president and the vice president for a round of questions, we want to acknowledge that this broadcast is live on Radio Voice of Tapeta, where your father served as principal for Tapeta Memorial High School to Quarter, Thomas Hill, Tapeta Bypass Community. Your son is here, Isaac Kato is here. He's the co-chair for the UNICCO National Board of Directors. And we want to say good evening to all of you. President Samuel Wogbeh G is here. But before we take the president some questions on him, let's go to this music from our dear brother from Nimba County. So let's go to this music real quick here. Let's take this music.
Are you living records? Sweet song. When I put my soul, don't know what the damn in a way. I ought to my good sparrow. Sing on your voice. There is a one way I wait this Mario. Sing on your point me no man. I owe. Sing on your point on the mill. Sing on your when you will know it. I'm already not good no man away. Sing on your point on sing on your voice. Sing on your voice. You are away. Sing on your voice.
Okay, so we're going to take this music down. And the reason why we play this music is we are bringing on the president of UNICCO, the president-elect, the president who has been inaugurated, the president who carried more than 1,000, fans in and around the world from Nimba country. It might be in Morocco, it might be in Europe, where most of our people are watching us from. It might be in Tapata, it might be wherever. Mr. President, when you hear some of these music, these traditional music, what comes to your mind about Nimba? Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, Nimba is a great country. Nimba people are hospitable. Nimba people are united. Nimba people are courageous. Nimba people are good-hearted people, and Nimba people love their tradition. And Nimba people, they're the best.
Wow, Nimba country people.
Yeah, Nimba is
okay,
great.
So well,
and I'm always proud to say I'm from Nimba.
Yeah, we could just imagine that, when you last visited Nimba and went to Senegal to give awards to those who have been volunteering their services to the people of Nimba, and the city mayor of Senegal City was very moved and took on the stage before you could come to speak, and you two took on the stage. It was a movement, that went very viral. But we want to say thank you, Mr. President. Nice. But there are civil society groups across Nimba, who have long been waiting for this time to work with UNICCO. They've been on the back of President Dan Dennis. President Dan Dennis invited most of them, work with most of them. Now that you have come on board, how do you intend to work with the civil society organizations in Nimba and the National Civil Society Council of Liberia? What is your plan about that, Mr. President?
So we're up for collaboration. So we will be working with all of the civil society organizations in Nimba County, collaborating with them to make sure that we touch all those areas in Nimba that UNICCO has now reached. So, matter of fact, I'm actually planning a county-wide tour where we're going to make sure we reach all of those, big towns in Nimba, to make sure we reach out to all of our people, get to connect with them, and tell them what we intend to do. So our goal is to first and foremost unite our county, unite our people. We want to move beyond this tribal thing, move beyond tribe, class, gender, and make sure we have a community that is all inclusive, that everyone's voice is heard. So we're going to begin that right here pretty soon, and then we're going to extend that in Liberia in the next couple of months. So yeah, we're willing, and our goal is to collaborate with all our county organizations. Matter of fact, I've started talking to our district organizations. I've been encouraging them that UNICCO is the model organization. We can have all these satellite organizations, but we all need to come together and work underneath the umbrella of UNICCO, because the more we come together, the stronger our organization is going to be, the stronger our county is going to be. So yeah, working with those civil society organization is going to be one of our primary goals.
Wow, that's good. So just in case you're watching and you want to participate, probably you want to call, to be a part of this conversation, to comment or to suggest or recommend. The numbers to call are on the screen here for those who are watching the online television. But you who are listening to Radio Voice of Tapata, Radio Voice of Yahweh Messinum, Radio Voice of Peace in Complete, the number to call is 0776572019. The number to call for those who are in Can play, those who are listening to Radio Can Voice of Peace, those who are in Tapeta listening to Radio Voice of Tapeta, those who are in Zikepa and listening to Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesno. The number to call is 0776572019. So you can have a say. Probably you are just enjoying this conversation. It's going as you wish. I mean, it's supposed to go. Of course, you can keep glued to your radio, as we move, forward. So the next question that we're going to give out has to do with the Nimba Legislative Caucus. The Nimba Legislative Caucus, this is the 54th Legislative Caucus, and as blessed as it is, as blessed as it is, you have one of your own former presidents, who is, of course, in Camp David, who is currently serving as the co-chair for the Nimba Legislative Caucus, Professor Johnson and Wogbeh. How do you intend to continue your working relationship with the Nimba Legislative Caucus that is chaired by Senator Prince Johnson, co-chair by Representative Johnson Wogbeh, who was in that very seat during the heat of the war in the 90s? Mr. President, how do you intend to do so?
Yeah, I'm so glad that I got to connect with Honorable Wogbeh when I was a local chapter leader here in Minnesota. I think it was maybe twice, and when I was in Liberia last year, when I took a medical mission to Nimba County, I had an opportunity to visit him at his office at the captor, and we had a time to talk. So we will be working with the Legislative Caucus. Matter of fact, we want to connect with them and continue to talk to them, negotiate with them, so that UNICCO can have a sitting at a table at the county sitting, so that we can be a part of what is going on in the county. We want to hold our leaders accountable for what they do in the county. So connecting with them and collaborating with them will help. So yeah, we will be looking forward to working with them, and as we do our county tour, we will find an opportunity to sit with them and get that initiated. So I'm glad that I got to connect with him, and we will be connecting with him and talking more before we can get on the ground. So yeah, we want to know what is going on in our county. We want to be a part of the decision making in our county, and we will try to seek to be at the table.
Okay, wonderful. So that is good. We're going to take this question again to you. Then after that, we're going to go around the table, and I believe because of time, that would be maybe our guests can tell us something they wish to have said and we did not ask them. But Mr. President, as you have taken over, as president now from President Dan Kapoya Dennis, the man who brought UNICCO December to remember, the man who was able to stand up for the Nimba students in Morocco, the man who was able to stand up for the people of Nimba when the COVID disaster came here. The virus was very, very bad and widespread. Have you appointed new code of officers? Would you like to talk to us about that? Who are those that are going to be working with the new administration, like Bureau, and even in the U.S.? Who are those? Would you mind to name them?
Like the December to remember. I'm glad that my predecessor, Mr. President Dan Kapoya Dennis, initiated. That is a good thing. We have to take UNICCO to the people. We're going to continue on the December to remember. I've been getting, advice from people that December is very expensive. So I don't want to do it before December or a little bit after December. So we will have to review that. But one thing we're going to do differently is we're going to start preparation far ahead of time. If we're going to be doing December to Remember in 2023, we should start preparing in 2022, getting the words out, getting everybody involved, getting all of our stakeholders on board, so to make it very successful. We just don't want to go and have December to Remember because we want to have December to Remember. We want to make sure during our December to Remember, we can reach out to these little villages. We can be able to give things to people. We can be able to do medical missions. We can be able to reach out to our schools. We can be able to reach out to our hospitals, like we did when I went on behalf of UNICCO Minnesota. So it's going to be a big package for the December to Remember. So we're going to start it far ahead of time to make it a lot more successful than it's ever been. What was the other question? That piggyback.
The other question is, how have you?
People that
who are those?
I've
from the States and Liberia.
Yeah, so like I said, the project director that I appointed is Mr. George Fromo. So George Fromo is going to be our project director. He's going to take care of the planning and special projects. And Mr. Vernon Warming, he's going to be the deputy director for projects. So both those guys will form a committee. They have already started suggesting members of the committee, and I'm going to recommend members to work with them as well. So they will be in charge of the project in Liberia, and I've already appointed this ambassador, Ambassador Edmond Bowie. Bowie is going to be the county coordinator, actually the Liberia coordinator. So UNICCO's coordinator in Liberia will be Ambassador Edmond Bowie. So you are the one that's going to be taking care of our activities in Liberia when we are not there, and when we are there, you will be there to show us the way. So those are the
so let's go. Congratulations to them, and congratulations to me and the team as well.
And I will still need your help with public relations. We're going to be appointing or maybe asking somebody here to help in that effect, because we want to make sure we're on the media, all the time. We want to, matter of fact, we just got done with our website preparation, the website construction, let's say. So, when we were taking over, there wasn't a website. So we decided to construct one to get it all set so that when we start out, we have somewhere where people can go and get information. So the website construction is not fully completed, but is ready to be launched. And I'm going to be talking to the boss about it, getting an approval from them. Then we can get that website launched. So I'm going to be needing someone to help with the, public relations and the internet and our Facebook, our media stuff, because that would be a big deal in our administration. We want to prioritize accountability and integrity. So we want to make sure we keep our people informed with everything that is going on in the organization. When we took over in Minnesota, one of the issues that people raised to us was in the past. People don't get like financial report periodically when they're supposed to get it. We'll have convention this year and we'll have to wait for a whole year, before the people can get a report or before people can know about what's going on in the organization. So a lot of people get mad because of that, and they stay away. So for us to get people coming back to the union in Minnesota, we have to make sure that we just push information on them, whether they need it or not, or whether they like it or not. We give them the information. So we want to make sure everything that is going on in the organization, people know about it. Whatever they're sending into the organization, we're letting them know about it. Whatever we're doing in the organization, we're letting them know about it. And the best way to do that is to have a website where people can go and find out all the information they need, to have the social media sites where we can give them updates about what's going on in the organization. So we want to be as transparent as we can be, and we want to make sure everyone is treated the same. Everyone is treated fairly. Because in the past, people have complained about leaders being partial, being biased, giving certain people attention while other people don't have the similar attention. So we want to make sure people are treated fairly. That would be one of our biggest goals. So yeah, having our folks, well informed every step of the way will help in whatever we do.
Okay, so we just got challenged by the internet. Mr. Zor, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Mr. Kato, can you hear us? Okay, so let's go to the vice president.
Yes, I can.
Okay, so let's please go to the vice president. Yeah, let's please go to the vice president. Madam Vice President, you are the female among all of the male, and you are two. I understand you and Minakato and the queen and all of that, and the issue of teenage pregnancy is something that is of challenge, and which is why you people are building the Women Empowerment Center. What specific message do you have for teenagers who have been raped most at time? What do you have to tell them in terms of preventing themselves?
Thank you for that question. That's a very good but
Madam Vice President, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello. We can hear you.
Can hear you.
Oh, but it seems like the host is not hearing me.
Yeah, maybe Ambassador is not hearing you.
Yes, we can hear you. Okay.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you.
I said thank you
Yes, we
for
can
that
hear you.
question.
Go ahead.
Okay, that's a good question, but it is a huge, huge question that when one has to think carefully to be able to give a right answer. It's a huge problem, not just only in Liberia, but globally. And so how one tends to or intend to address this issue, it starts with education. Once again, we come back to education. Education is the sin of almost everything. So when our president, Mr. Sanji Wogbeh, lead the way, and we are doing this tour, it is during this time that we will, I will talk to the president when we have it on our agenda. We will engage the youth, especially the young girls. We will engage them face to face and tell them about the ugly face of how women are treated globally and then in Liberia, and what to do to protect themselves and to prevent these kind of things. So what I would say to that is we have our work cut out for us. We need to engage the young people once we're on the ground. And then we'll have a plan to talk to them. And we would tell them, one thing I would say via airway tonight is education is key, because had it not been for education, I, as a female, won't be sitting where I am today. I will be somewhere in the village and with a guy who has 3, 4 wives. But because of education, my parents deemed it necessary that a female should be educated.
We're having a serious challenge tonight.
Oh, Lord.
Serious challenge. I don't know whether you people are hearing me, but we're having a serious internet challenge. We pay for this service from the service provider, but it's giving us a serious challenge here tonight.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
This is really,
Yeah,
really
we're
challenging.
hearing you. Are you not hearing us? Apparently not. Wow.
Yes,
Liberia.
hang on, VP. I think he's working on some things over there.
Yeah, okay.
Ambassador, you can hear us? Anyway, that's Liberia. That's what we are fighting to change.
Oh, no. That's so sad. Already.
What time is it in Liberia now? About 11:17 or 10:17?
No, it's
10:17
there.
10:17. So that's not so late.
No.
Who knows? It's probably raining. Who knows?
But it's been dry whole day. I've been talking to people over there the entire day. It's been dry. Very hot. Not just dry, very hot.
Oh, okay.
So, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Why the ambassador tries to make his way up? let's maybe have a little discussion about our website. So we've been working on website behind closed door as we were awaiting inauguration. So the website is almost ready for launch.
Oh, that's great.
We're thinking maybe launching the website next week. So I know there was a little bit of politics regarding it when I started initially. The URL they have first was I don't know, it was attack or something. So we tried to change it to another URL to be www.UNICCO national, like NATL, because initially it was UNICCOnational.com or national.org, and we lost it. So I wanted to change it to UNICCO NATL, and there was a little bit of politics regarding that. But do we really need the board approval to
okay, so we got lost again.
Oh, you're back. Okay, we'll table our stuff.
But we're going to go to the president because we are actually out of time.
When you're gone, we start doing our own thing.
We are very sorry.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Okay.
Yeah, so
the VP was caught up. She was actually speaking.
We really have an internet challenge.
Oh, you having that again?
Yeah, we really. I'm finding it difficult to hear you, and this is really bad here tonight.
It is crazy.
Yeah, please do quickly.
Okay, quickly. I just want to say I'm thankful that we have a board that willing to support us in this direction. So
this is really my trouble here tonight.
Oh gosh.
I think just the audience
is giving us a problem. So well, and we're really running against time. We want 20 minutes into the time. I don't know. God. Really, really crazy. This, yeah, please do.
So like I said, I'll be really quick. I'm thankful that we have a board that is willing to work with us in this direction, education and health. So the president and I, we have that chemistry when it comes to health. So I'm sure he's going to have a plan for us to engage the youth, the young girls of Nimba. So that's what I would say to that for now. meaning we're going to hang here, the president and myself, and see which direction to go.
Right. It makes sense.
What was the question? Sorry.
The question was about young girls, teen-age pregnancy, how to prevent that, or being raped and all of that. And so I say it's all about education. It's all about awareness.
Public awareness on that. You're right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing health awareness and disease prevention.
That's
So
education.
that's gonna be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So if the people are not aware of what's going to harm them, they won't be able to keep themselves safe from it. So
Right.
because we don't have hospitals, very well equipped hospitals in Liberia, people are dying each and every day from illnesses that are supposed to be easily prevented. The best thing we can do is to teach the people how to prevent themselves from getting ill in the first place. So clean drinking water is gonna be very important. So some of the things that we need to be thinking about is
we have it so challenge.
have the people have
back.
To, the boat
yeah, but
here,
I'm still answering his question though. So having safe drinking water, teaching the kids about contraception and all those stuff will help the teenage pregnancy. So there's a lot of premature deaths in Liberia, which actually breaks my heart.
Education.
Yeah. So educating the people. There are people that maybe have hypertension that don't take their blood pressure medication, and then when their blood pressure build up, and then they pop a vessel in the brain and they die right away. Then we say that wish. If you just pop a blood vessel in the brain and you bleed in the brain, you could just be normal walking, and all of a sudden you're gonna drop, and that's the end of you. So the same goes with other illnesses. So if you have illness that you don't know about because you don't do physical checkup and they catch up with you, you could feel normal, and then the next maybe 4 hours, 48 hours, things catch up with you and you die. But in developed worlds like the US, where we have good hospitals, when people get sick like that, you just bring them to the hospital. They got them maybe placed on the ventilator or ECMO machines, and use all the science and technologies. Yeah, we can be able to revive these people. But it's so sad for us that we say we got hospitals, but these hospitals are literally empty. And some of those hospitals that got big names, when I was in Liberia, I visited them. It was so sad. So some of the things we're going to be doing is, trying to make sure we raise more money, lobby with other philanthropic organizations in the US here to see if we can get some of the essential medical supplies and stuff for our people back home. And we did that last year. We were hoping to do that this year. That didn't happen. Hopefully we'll do that next year at the national level.
Thank you. So I mean, next year the effort is going to be double, twice the reach and everything else. You're right. And then just on the aspect of the teenage pregnancy that the vice president was touching on, that education also needs to go to like the young men as well, because what's happening is they're impregnating these young women. And then they go on, and then those young babies, those young children become the young lady's problem or young lady's responsibility. So now she's held back. She's not going to school while he's out there. Impregnating. Like another young lady who's not, and he's not capable to do so.
Honorable co-chair, Honorable co-chair, can I say something that is probably not politically popular? Yeah, that's a very good point you raised. The young men need to be educated. But you know something? I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I have to break it to you this way. Young men, most men, let me put it that way, they do not think with their head. They think someplace else. And you all know what I'm talking about.
Now you trouble with all the men on the platform.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is where we still self-control needs to come in and responsibility needs to come in.
Men
shouldn't
will
be the
hear
young ladies'
all
part.
that. They will hear all that. But will they play heed to that? I don't think so. Maybe 1 or 2 out of 10. But if you tell that young girl, hey, listen to me. If he impregnates you, he's gone. And you're stuck in a mud, in a rut. And he's going to probably go be educated and move on with his life. And you're going to be right where you are today. So when he comes, you tell him, hey, listen, sir, if you're not ready to make family, to marry me, to make a family, I'm not ready. I have my education to go after. Let the girls be equipped. We will teach the young men. Yes, I agree with you. But men, they will get all their education when it comes to this, but they think with different part of their body when it comes to this.
Can I
So,
get interject?
let us try to wrap up.
It is very similar.
Ambassador, we're going to wrap up. I just want to add, just give me just 5 or 10 seconds. You see, all of what we are talking about here have to be the involvement of the national government.
You're
because right. they must come up with curriculum that will teach these things in schools.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, the attraction of young people are mostly in schools than in, outside of school. Most times they find themselves in classes, helping each other with homework. Oh, come, let me do that. Can you do my homework? Those are where the attraction comes from. People should come with responsibility instead of going with impunity. Because if the government has something in the curriculum that has to teach those young girls and boys, especially teenagers, the danger of unwanted pregnancy, and then having unprotected sex and the rest of that. Mm-hmm. Those things need to be taught in the public schools. It needs to be in the national curriculum. While we try to fight it on the other side. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean that's a good point, Mr. Chairman. I was just speaking as an association, as an organization.
Let's take a few comments, and then from there we're going to come over for your party comments. We want to say sorry, but to Radio Voice, Can Voice of Peace there in Camplin, Radio Voice of Tapeta in Tapeta, Nimba County, and Radio Voice of Yahweh Mesnon. To all of our people who listening to the radio and watching us on the television, we love to say we are today in an exclusive interview or conversation with the new leadership of United Nimba Citizens Council, headed by the administrative side, headed by President Samuel Wogbeh, and assisted by Nessa Makpe, and the board chair is Nixon Zor, and the co-chair is Isaac Kato Jr., a very young team that we have here. So, well, let's take some comments coming here. We have Gonpu One Away. He said, great people of Nimba, congratulations. We have Spencer Dia. He said, where is UNICCO head office in Monrovia? And the membership is like, I am concerned as citizen of Nimba. So, yeah, that's a commendation. People want to join. So, don't worry. You are by default and you are automatically a member of UNICCO, but do not worry. The Liberia side of things will be revamped, and then we're going to get back to all of you through this medium. But again, yeah, maybe you wanted to have said something, but let me quickly say something to Spencer Dia. Spencer, UNICCO is an organization for all Nimbayans, and it is for everybody. Like, for instance, the UNICCO Women Empowerment Center is there in Ganta. That is where UNICCO Liberia office is going to be. But until you and me can collectively work to build it, we'll not have a sitting office, so we have to work hard with this administration, get your water. When you see people working there, go there, volunteer, and make sure that we all can do it as fast as possible. This is the only way we're going to help these people to also help us, but again, we're going to go over to you, beginning with I don't know who to begin with because the president and the board chair should be the last. So let me begin with the
I
vice
think you said you
president.
had a question for the board, and my co-chair and I were actually listening after the VP. Maybe
Yes,
if you can skip
but
that, if you want to go on that,
yes, I will skip that because of time, because of the radio keep
no
enlightening me.
problem.
Then we're going way in that
That's
time.
fair enough.
But we'll continue to do this. There's a program that will be called UNICCO Hour. It was going to be maybe once in a month, and it's going to be where UNICCO people will come exclusively to be able to talk about not just UNICCO development, but like our mother, the vice president, is a medical practitioner. We will take some topics to give to her, and she will be able to educate the people and all of that. You are an engineer and a religious person. Kato, the co-chair, is also an educator. The president elect is a medical practitioner. So those things we're going to do it, interchangeably. Then of course we will continue to move on with UNICCO program. So, Madam Vice President, probably you wanted to assess something through all the break into our transmission, and you did not say it, or you wanted us to have asked and we did not ask that question. You have 2 minutes to do that and to extend greetings to your people back home. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I want to say, Yago Nimayasio.
Yes.
Hello, Nimbayans. Hello, Tapetan. Hello, Sanikoli, Ganta. All Nimbayans everywhere in all the little towns. We say thank you, thank you, thank you for entrusting us once again to be your leaders. And we want to say I am especially grateful to the president for calling me on board to give back to Nimba. Because if you don't know where you come from, you won't know where you're going. So, Mr. Sam Wogbeh, I want to take this time to thank you for bringing me on board to serve with you, to serve our people. And Mr. Ambassador, the host, thank you. Something that you said earlier, and I was clapping my hand. We need all hands on deck. It is not just going to be this handful of leadership. We need all of you, like you rightfully said. If you see somebody toting a bucket of water to that Women Empowerment Center, if you see somebody lifting the bricks, ask yourself, what can I do to help? And you go and lend hand. It is our NEMA, it is our responsibility to build NEMA and to unite NEMA. It just can't be done by Sam Wogbeh and his team only. It's all Nimbayans. Come together and get this work done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that go to the co-chair. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to go to the co-chair, and then from there we will go to the board chair, and then from there the president will be the last. So, Mr. Kato, it's over to you.
Okay, Ambassador. Again, thank you, and I've really enjoyed this. I've actually done this on quite a few other places, but this is my first time doing it on your platform. So thanks for the invitation, and I'm humbled to be here with my fellow panelists. As far as what I just want to say in closing is, when it comes to NEMA, we all love NEMA, we all care for NEMA, and we're all citizens of NEMA. Regardless of where we live, we always carry NEMA in our heart. And that is why some of us have been doing what we have been doing out of our own pocket to help and sustain our people back. As you ably said, the job and the work to move NEMA forward has to be a collective effort. It has to be a cohesive effort. And that is to say, everyone has to come on board in their own little way to assist. And I'm glad that the president has appointed you. I was just kidding with him saying, well, we need to approve you. So during our process, we will get to know you like a little better. But we're just definitely looking forward to working with you in this platform to reach all our people. It is a great thing to have access to the people, for people to communicate with us directly. And when it comes to like things that are important to like the people back home are the same things that are important to us here. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about social welfare. I'm talking about education. I'm talking about the health sector. But let's also not forget infrastructure and development. We're talking about all of these things we can do, but we can never, ever forget where our people need to live, where our people need to stay, good roads that our people need. And even though these are all things that are governmental, but we as an organization can use our influence and connection to help influence that in a way that will benefit that will benefit our people. So that is our goal. And again, when I ran for this, I didn't do it just to hold a title, because I'm one who doesn't care so much about the title. What I care about is the work that is being done, the progress that is being made, and the lives that we're impacting. So that will be my focus on this board as I work with the chairman and like the president and everyone else to move our association forward. But keeping in mind that we ran for this office to serve the people, not for the people to serve us, not for the people to say, oh, there goes our leaders, but instead, what can what can your leadership do for you? What can your leadership do for the people? What can we do to move Nimba forward? And if we all, in our own individual capacity, could help one student, could help one female teenager, could help one boy that is lost and confused, I think that is how we move Nimba forward, and that should be our collective effort. UNICCO is an organization that would be spearheading that, but let's not forget what we can do in our own capacity. And again, I'm glad to be on this platform. I'm looking forward to the work. I'm looking forward to like more conversations with you, and we are going to get this done. So again, thanks for the platform, Ambassador. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. But there's a tradition in Nimba, and before we call our elders on stage to speak, and before they go out of the stage, we have to welcome them. So before the board chair comes and the president comes to get a parting comment, let's take this music right here real quick, and then we will call the board chair for his parting comment. So this music.
Are you lady records? Sweet sound.
So that's why I'm here alone. I don't want to come here. I didn't time with me. I will soon be with you. So you want to cook some rice?
I don't know what they do. I know the market. Sing on the voice.
Okay, so Mr. Bochia, we're going to take the music down. We're just welcoming you. So real quick, your parting comments.
Okay, thank you, Ambassador, for sharing your platform with us. And it is a pleasure for me to speak to my people once again. I think few months ago back, you read my script about Nimba Unity.
Absolutely.
UNICCO stands for One Nimba, One People. That's the motto of UNICCO. One Nimba, One People. How do we arrive at One Nimba, One People when we have a great diversity than any other country in Liberia? Nimba unity will only be achieved if we prioritize our diversity. Nimbarians are very, very smart. Nimbarians have been actually blessed with wealth of knowledge. And so we see medical doctors, almost scientists from Nimba. You might not know them. You have engineers from Nimba. You just name the rest of them. But are we really putting our thoughts together to develop our country? So UNICCO cannot do it alone. We as the board, we are actually here to make sure the constitution of this organization is guarded and implemented. That does not mean we will not support any project that is proposed by the president. The president worked for the Nimba people, and we are there to make sure he's doing the right thing. And I can assure the Nimba people, just as the previous presidents that built this foundation we are on today, you have another very excellent leadership that is eager to listen to you, that is eager to do what you want. I want the Nimba people to listen to my final closing statement. Please,
you can go ahead.
We have an opportunity this time around to put our diversity together and create one big victory for Nimba County. UNICCO have started it here. If some of you look at a video from Minnesota, we have over 800. I'm not kidding. Over 800 Nimba people that participated in this program. We can have it. Right now, we have Nimba that are vying to lead Liberia, but we all are in different political parties. But we want Nimba to be represented up there so that the decision that will help us will be made. Look at our road network. Nimba is the bread basket of Liberia. How do we get these things to the market? We don't have development coming to our people. We said here we cannot do all. But in Liberia, we have our caucus. They can't do everything. I'm begging the Nimba people. I wrote this script and I'm standing by to defend it. Nimba must come out this 2023. There's a census coming up in Liberia. If you live in Lofa, if you live in Sino, please come back home in Nimba County and be counted as a Nimbayan, so that the development fund for our country will be sufficient. Number two, election is coming next year. Who do we carry? We have 4 candidates in Nimba County. Please, let us vet these brothers. They are all our brothers. They are all sons of Nimba County, all fine gentlemen with beautiful platforms. But we have to vet these guys and know who is actually the best candidate. And let all of us support them so Nimba can produce a president just as we are the hero of that country. So to end, Mr. Ambassador, thank you for having us. UNICCO is for all Nimbayan. Whatever idea you guys think we can propound together to build our county, let us know. The president is a very social guy. He's on social media. He's available. Even myself sitting here, I'm on Facebook. I'm on anything you can find on social media. Get to us. We are not above reproach. Like my co-chair just said, we were elected to serve you, not you to serve us. Speak to us. Suggest to us what you want. We want Nimba to lead Liberia because we have the qualification. We have all the talented Nimba men and women. Why are we still behind? Why? So I'm begging you people, please let us pave a good or lay a good foundation for our future generation. We don't want them to come and be doing the same thing. When it comes to unity, I think Nimba are doing well when it comes to unity. We only need to sustain the unity. So thank you, all of you that have come on tonight to listen. Please help UNICCO to succeed in Nimba County. When we succeed, you succeed. We want health and education to be a priority of this president, as he has said. We're going to support it, and we're going to support him. It's not a joke. Mr. President, you know me. I have given you my word. The board of directors of UNICCO stand for development, for progress. That's what our handbook says. Once you are for that, you have our approval, and we are going to work with you. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
I think he's off. I don't see him.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
So when he comes back on, and I can close.
Yeah, but I think your message did go across though.
Yeah, your message went through.
Yeah. That's what I was told. When he's off, we're still online.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone just told me that.
Okay, good.
So that's why we shouldn't be talking our own thing.
Yeah, Mr. President, when you're bringing our website stuff, I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to say that we can have our own little teleconference among ourselves.
Yeah.
Remember.
No, I'm just going to send it to you guys, and you can deal with it and get back to me.
We don't want people to
sounds
see
good.
to see our conversation and be ahead of us. So I know you mean well, but we can initiate another teleconference. If you need a number that cannot be interrupted, I got a teleconference number. I can text it right after here to you. We can jump right into it tomorrow and get stuff done.
I will share with you guys
Yeah.
so
Okay.
you can get back to me.
I hope you got.
Hopefully he comes on.
I think, Mr.
Otherwise, I
President,
will
we have
just
done well. We have done well. The messages have gone across. We are all online with our message. I mean, in line with our messages. The thing there is that the people must be willing to sacrifice, just as you and I are sacrificing. Like he's just the vice president just said. We all need even the women empowerment. Sometimes we don't even need to pay workers to go and work. We need Nimba volunteers to just come out and do this and say, look, provide the material. We are here to work. And see if we not even compensate them, you know.
Right, but equally so now, maybe
you
it is
are
not
back
between
on,
us to go
Ambassador.
to the
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Ambassador.
Welcome back online.
Did you hear my closing statement?
His closing is gone. I think it's time for me to get my closing words, and then we can
You see, the
wrap
president
it
knocked
up.
me off. Oh. President, you knocked me off.
No, I didn't.
Go ahead. Take care.
Are you ready for me, Ambassador?
He's not hearing you.
I don't think he's on.
He is on, but he's not hearing us.
Is he on mute? Because he's talking.
We are still having even a challenge.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh girl.
This is why
we can hear you.
Just give us a real problem tonight. Just imagine. It's loaded for the service, but
That the president just summarized a statement. Maybe say you are a little.
Yeah.
So I should go ahead, right?
Yeah. Mr. Boche, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yes.
He's done.
The president said, I'm done.
You don't want to get in another 5 minutes.
The president said, I'm done. So he wants to summarize everything.
Another 5 minutes, he might start campaigning.
I know, right?
Actually, I'm campaigning for Nimba County, man. We need to have that seat, man. We need to be up there. So what you and I are doing today will be more implemented. I'm telling you. We got competent brothers and sisters who can be president of Liberia. Why can't they one day? We keep giving our vote to other people and they're not helping us. I'm being serious.
Let's save that for another talk show.
Exactly. Yeah, and then we also got to keep in mind that UNICCO is apolitical.
I said it. This is my personal view. It's not about UNICCO. It's my personal view. I'm sorry. Thank you for the reminder, guys. It's not UNICCO's statement. It's my personal view. I said I wrote a personal script, and the ambassador had it. He published it on this media, on the platform. It's even on the website. And because of that, Nimba have even come up with a platform to discuss that. He's back.
Chairman.
So I think you're back, Ambassador. I want to say thank you for having us online tonight, for us to have the opportunity to talk to our people. My Nimba people, I want to say thank you for giving us the opportunity to serve you. We have come to serve you, like everyone has said, not for us to be served. We didn't come here with political ambition or political mind. We came to serve you. We came to work for our people. We want to make sure we make the difference. We want for our brothers and sisters that are suffering to be like us. We want for our brothers and sisters to get the opportunity to make their lives better. That's exactly what we started out here in Minnesota. At first, when we took over, our community was divided. We united our people. We reached out to everyone that was in problems. We looked for the opportunity to mend issues, and we were successful in bringing our people together. That's what we want to do. We want to do that in all of our various chapters. We want to do that in Liberia as well. So we've come with open minds and humble hearts to work with you for us to make the difference. It's not about us, it's about Nimba County, and we're hoping to have all hands on deck. And to my young folks, we came into this And to our older folks, we want to have the younger folks run the show for a little bit. So this is an opportunity for you to get involved, for you to become leaders. So we're counting on you to come on board to work for your county. I know some folks, some critics will have other things to say, but we are in this for the sake of our country. We're in this to make a difference. We didn't come in for any other reason. I know there are people who come in UNICCO because of selfish interest, greed, and stuff like that. Nope, we came to this to make a difference. And like my co-bo has said, we're not in this for credentials. When I was in Minnesota as the chapter leader, people call me president. I always told them, call me chairman. You know, you don't need to call me a president. So we're not in this for the title. We're in this to make sure we make the difference in our county. So we're asking all of you to come on board. UNICCO it's a voluntary job that we're doing. All we're doing is putting in our time and effort and money. And to my leaders that are coming on board, like we did in Minnesota, if you come on board as a leader, you need to work, because no one is coming on board to just hold a position. So if you come in, just want the position, we will just leave your position there and duplicate your position and have someone else doing your work. So we're not here for title. We want to make sure we make the difference. So if you're coming in as a leader and do not have the time, don't come in. So if you cannot service your people, just you can support in other ways. But if you want to take a leadership position, make sure you have the time and resources to give to your community. So again, we are looking forward to everyone's support because we can't do this alone. There is no leadership that will run without the people. We need the help of the people to make things happen. There are a lot of needs in Liberia. We've already started working even before inauguration. We've already started advocating for our county, for our schools. Matter of fact, we invited the community college, and Mr. Edwin Kruer was able to come. So we've already started networking with other schools here, universities, to make sure we have this connection for our schools in Liberia, so that students can have the opportunity to come here to get education, and so that students from here too can have the opportunity to explore the valuable resources in Nimba. So we've connected with, I would say, a few schools, and people are excited about it. So Mr. Kruer coming to the U.S. will help us, continue the work that our president there, Dr. Monroe, had started. So Dr. Monroe was here a couple of months ago, and we initiated the process of advocating for our schools down there. And Mr. Kruer has come. We're going to continue it, and hopefully maybe a year or two from now, we will have a lot of things in store for our colleges and schools in Liberia. And we'll continue to work harder to raise funds for our schools. Make sure we get these school materials, technical equipment that our school needs to be able to teach the children the best of their ability. When I was in San Jose the other time and visited our community college there, we have a big computer lab, but there is no internet. So how can we operate a school without internet? So there's something to think about. And we have all the expertise. We have a lot of Nimbayans in the U.S. that are working, that are, doing good, that can support the mission. All we need to do is we all need to come to be able to work together. So again, I want to tell my Nima people, thank you for listening to us. Mr. Bawi, thank you for having us on. We'll continue to do more and more of this. Like I said, everything we do within this administration is going to be transparent. We're going to make sure we continue to bring the information to the people. because if we don't do that, people stay away. In the past, people have stayed away because they had no idea what was going on in the administration. They only met at conventions, and then after convention, nothing happens until maybe a bereavement, and then we come together and then we go down cold. But not to discourage past administration, my predecessors did well, but we just want to take a bigger step, a giant step with what they've already started. So again, we need all hands on deck to make sure we reach our highest potential. Thank you. He's lost again.
So does this mean we sign ourselves out?
Let's see if he comes back.
Okay.
You can't elope on him.
That would be sad.
Yeah. So he's coming on. I think that the internet connectivity there is bad.
He did say that.
The 2G network going against 5G.
Is he broadcasting from Seclapia or from Morovia?
From
I'm
Tapeta.
not sure.
Oh, okay.
He said Tapeta.
Oh, he's in Tapeta right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good.
That's why. It's far. It's a little bit far away from.
Oh, at least I thought that's what I heard he said. Tape bleu.
Tape bleu.
So, Mr. Chair, that's an opportunity for you to take another 5 minutes.
When the president say, "This is my platform," I will close for you. You got to wait for the president. So, I yield to you, Mr. President.
Okay. Thank you. We will do more and more of this. Pretty soon we're going to call a general assembly to be able to talk to the people and present our plans.
Right now, anything you want to say about those things, just keep it mute until we meet on our teleconference.
So I think if we don't get him, we just need to sign out.
That would be so sad that he started a program, he won't be able to close it.
Let's just give him a few more minutes, at least, even if he comes back for 30 seconds.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
He's coming.
You can see the reading over there is kind of slow. Oh, he's on now.
Right. The ambassador's back home.
Yeah. So we're so sorry. The internet is really bad. I can't even see the president. I can see the board chair, but I can't see the president. Mr. President, can you hear us?
I hear you. Loud
I
and
want to
clear.
apologize for the very bad internet.
It's okay.
Can you hear us, Mr. President?
Yes, we do. We do. I do hear you.
Wow.
I hear you. So you just close it